SSANU chairperson, Michael Upon University of Agriculture, SSANU chairperson, Michael Upon University of Agriculture, Umudike. We had our congress today. It was a very good congress, very fruitful, and it's on YouTube, especially for those of us who are absent from the meeting. When you subscribe, I encourage you to subscribe to MOUAU TV. It will help you to go through the Congress, the Congress proceeding, so that you will know exactly what you lost while being absent, and keep yourself abreast with information. I encourage you to subscribe to MOUAU TV. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commander Moka, for opening prayer. Please let the all standing while taking our solidarity song.
Great son. When the union is inspiration, to the vocabulary Sharon, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. What force on earth is weaker than the people's strength of front? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity,
Solidarity forever.
Solidarity
forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Millions that they never try to end, but we don't have any more who's protecting. We can break their article, get us freedom when we learn. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity,
Solidarity forever.
Solidarity forever.
Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
In our mercy, the blessed power.
Greater than the mighty army fighting for the thousand food. We can bring the new world for the ashes of the earth. For the union makes us strong.
Solidarity,
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Victory, there is victory for all. Victory, there is victory for all. In the struggle for our member, there is victory for all. Forward, ever, backwards, never. In the struggle for our member, there is victory. Isoeto, in Africa, Aluta, Victoria, Great SSANU. I want to welcome us to this day's Congress. I thank God for making it possible for us all to be here in good health. Today's Congress is very special and important as usual. I plead we give ears to whatever we are going to discuss today. They are so important and will be beneficial to all of us. Thank you very much for coming, and especially coming on time. I somehow believe that all of us here have received a gift. The gift is that of the National Constitution. It came into effect June 2022. And I know MOUAU University of Agriculture, Umudike, is one of the branches that have distributed their own today. I think we are the first or the second. So you are privileged to have the information and contents of this constitution before other SSANU members elsewhere. Please let's take apologies. Apologies. Any apology? Kachayo. Audit. Any other apology? So we can move forward. We don't have time, please. Any other apologies? Okay. Only Comrade Kachayo. Consideration of agenda. Please let's consider the agenda on the
FN, Staff School.
Comrade Joko FN, Staff School. Any other one? If there's no other one, let's continue. Let's consider our agenda. We are on item number F, consideration of agenda. While we are doing other things, I know we have the minutes, the 2 minutes of our previous meetings. I know we are going through them to enable us make the necessary amendments and adopt them. Consideration of agenda. Do we have anything to include in this agenda? If there's anything you want us to include this agenda for discussion, so I can include it. Okay.
Wire on.
It's an issue that has to do with National Housing Fund.
We have National Housing Fund here, number 4.
It's here already.
I said refreshment.
Okay, noted.
Refreshment is noted. Great.
On it.
I want us to discuss the minimum wage arrears. It's not stated.
Minimum wage arrears. I think that should come with AOB. Since it's not here. Only that one. Please, no time. Salary, you'll be paid salary. Please, let's adopt these minutes.
Great sermon.
Great.
Greatest sermon.
Greatest.
And what I want to say, for those of us that did not receive our own minimum wage, I don't know our own consideration towards that.
Thank you very much. Noted. Please, let's adopt this agenda for discussion, please. Adoption of agenda.
Mrs. Chinwoye-Negecha, I hereby adopt that we should use the items here for the meeting.
Thank you very much. Second that. Someone should second the motion.
Sorry.
Great, sir.
Great.
Hereby second the motion for the agenda to be for this meeting.
Thank you very much, sir. For a chance. Reading of minutes, page 1. March. Give me March. It's held at the ETF Hall on Thursday, 1st March. Page 1. Page 1, any amendments? Okay, sorry.
2.00. Okay, sorry, go ahead. Attend that.
It's fixed.
Huh?
It's fixed.
It's okay. Go ahead.
It's okay. Page 1, any amendment? Page 2. March 24th. Page 1. Okay. Okay. Which number?
Number 11.
Number 11, Friday, Okereke, Chukwu what? Chukwu. Just Chukwu. Secretary, take note. Friday, Okereke, Chukwu. Page 2. Page 2, any amendment? Page 3. Any amendment of page 3? Page 4. Page 3. Okay. Great. Please tell us the number so that we can be fast.
61.
Page 3, number 61. What's the right? Chukwuezie.
No, Chukwuezi.
Chukwuezi. Okay. Onyinye Rita. Chukwuezi Onyinye Rita. Onyinye, not Onyinye. Thank you. Page 4. Page 4. Page 5. Page 5. Page 6. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 8. Page 9. Page 9. Page 9, number 232. Fagbo ni Oluwarilekun.
Fagbemi.
Fagbemi. Fagbe.
Fagbemi.
Fagbemi.
Yes. Then Oluwaremi Lekun.
Oluwaremi.
R-E. That's O-L-U.
Oluwaremi Lekun.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Deborah. Page 9. Any other correction on page 9? Page 10. Page 10. Page 11. Page 11. Page 12. Page 12.
Page 13, number 323 is 32 for me. Is Chisa, C-H-I-S-A, not peace.
Chisa.
Yes, C-H-I-S-A.
C-H-I-X-A. Chisa T. Thank you very much. Page 13.
Number 344. My name 344.
Ajala.
Ajaja. A-J-A-J-A.
Ajaja.
Ajaja, not
Bola Joko. B-O. B-O-L-A. Thank you.
Go home and sit down. Page 14.
The meeting began with a prayer said by Comrade Dan Ubu at 10. Yeah, this art should not, I think it's an official thing. So that 80 should be there.
Thank you very much.
Then another one was the second line. Thereafter, the agenda, the words shouldn't be there. I think so.
Thereafter. Okay, thank you very much.
Still on page 14.
Okay.
Third to the last line. Third to the last line.
Okay.
That the word whom should be who and not who.
He stated that the best bet was to seek for charity from the bursary or the bursar. Whom?
HL 14, Chairman's remark.
Okay.
The first line, the chairperson thanked all for the prompt attendance to the meeting and noted that this is, there's a mix-up. This is an, phase of union. So there's a mix-up there. When you look at that sentence there, it is not correct.
The secretary is a new face, Abi.
Yes.
It's corrected. Thank you. The chairman thanked all for the
On hazard, Congress was informed. It's not informing. It's a typographical error.
Any other amendments? Any other on page 15?
Page 15.
Okay, sir.
Another member suggested that promotion areas, not promotional areas.
Promotion areas.
Still on 15. An interesting question was cited by a member, not cited.
An interesting question was cited by a member. Thank you very much, sir.
Reactions from the Congress. The second line, commencing on Sunday, 27th March 2022 of the federal government. I think it should be if the federal government do not do the needful. But because they said of the federal government do not needful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, paragraph 3.
Yes, on page 15, paragraph 3, line 3.
Okay, line 3.
Yes. To be on the front burner, but correction was made. That correction is a mistake.
Okay. It's a mistake. It's a typographic. We have corrected that one now. Please, Secretariat, please. Okay. Page 15, under announcement. Which number?
The burial of our staff, late Mrs. Ijoma Wokocha, was announced. That statement is very balanced burial.
Announced. Was announced. No, it's a misplacement. Was announced. Area date selected. Grace Sanu. Sorry, there's still another correction here. Ilochike. Selected. Okay, thank you. Secretary, please take notes. Okay. Motion, sir.
My name is Yomola Oladipo Taiwo. Having read and effected all the necessary correction on the last meeting, I hereby move for the adoption of the minute as a working document.
Thank you, sir.
I, Comrade Epe John, I am seconding him.
Thank you very much. The minutes shall be adopted as a working document. Let's take the second minutes of SANU Emergency Congress held at ETF on Wednesday, 25th May 2022. Page 1. Page 1.
It's Okudili hereby move the adoption of the minute as a working document.
Thank you very much. Second.
I, Comrade Kalisu Ogogwa CC, second the motion as amended.
Thank you very much. The minutes of a Congress held on Wednesday, 25th May 2022 has been adopted and is now a working document. Thank you very much. New business. Report from NEC. Let me report that between 18th, 19th, and 28th of this month, the members of our Congress attended the fourth emergency NEC meeting of our union at Abuja. First of all, the issue of how we suspended our strike came up. It was at the front burner. But like I stated earlier on, the day we suspended the strike here as a branch, the national president made it clear that constitutionally, before we embark on any strike, we sought for the consent of our Congress.
to either embark on the strike or not. But for us to suspend a strike, our constitution didn't say anything on that. The constitution was so calm. The constitution wasn't plain. Nothing was stated on the process of suspending our strike. However, from the circumstances we have witnessed since the 24th of August, when we suspended our strike, we can see that our National Executive Council, NAC, the ZEC and the BEC members of SANU did not make any mistake in suspending that strike as at that time. Reasons being that we wouldn't want to call names. The time will come whenever you are fighting, you will have to withdraw. The NAC, the ZEC, and NEC considered the sufferings of our members. They also considered probably what we have achieved all through the period we were on strike, through the negotiations that were ongoing. For sure, we may say we didn't achieve much because we have never received the financial aspect of that strike. But we are also enlightened on the fact that we received our minimum wage arrears for those that received it within the time we were on strike. I must tell you that while we are strategizing on how to manage the federal government also were strategizing on how to bring us back to our offices. And there is need for the warring parties to strike a balance. As at the time we suspended our strike, we had 8 items that we negotiated and agreed with the federal government. Those items were signed and sealed. Some of them have timelines, some of them didn't. Why? Negotiations were also ongoing. However, why the National want to retreat on how right the suspension of the strike was as at that time is simply because our sister union, who have insisted on one of the reasons why we went on strike, and one of the reasons why we suspended our own strike, came back without even signing a memorandum. And if you look at it truly, we can see that the federal government has, in one way or the other, succeeded in partially destroying our union. And we don't want our own union to be destroyed. Not that we are weak class, not that we are afraid, but because the soldier always knows when to withdraw or when to retreat. Another issue we discussed was a report from JAC, Joint Action Committee, The Joint Action Committee observed that after the suspension of our strike, that virtually no progress has been made, especially on the issues we signed with the federal government. One, we agreed with the federal government that the best payment platform should be applied to the payment of staff salaries, university staff salaries, where we have IPs, ITAS, and U3 PS pass through the credibility test. And from all indication, the result we have is that the U3 PS perform better. And from Adamo, it also stated clearly that whichever platform that performed better will be applied. But unfortunately, up to now, what the federal government is talking about is how to merge the U3PS, the UTAS, and improve on the IPs. Also, we discussed the white paper report. The white paper report, the federal government has made it available. It's lying on the table of the president to give his assent. I think this is one of the reasons why we suspended our strike. If the federal government has completed the report and is waiting assent from the president, it means we have achieved this. One other one is backlog of our salaries. We agree with the federal government that our backlog of salaries will be coming from September salary, because we suspended our strike 24th of August. They say there's no way they will pay from 24th of August. So that we go end August salary, which we didn't get. Then the backlog will start coming from September. But by September, when we receive our salaries, we also notice that it didn't come with anything. Though one of the reasons that was cited at the next meeting is the struggle of ASU and the federal government as it concerns this backlog. All of us are aware that there is a court case on the backlog of salaries where ASU was instructed by the court to go and resume first, come back to appeal, which they have done and probably gone back to appeal the judgment. And here, the Minister of Labour is saying that there is no way they can pay backlog of salaries for now while the case is still in court. Great SSANU. Greatest SSANU. Great. We have to tell you the truth. We don't paint issues. And for me, I don't romance them. I won't tell you another thing here and cook another thing for you to be happy. This is the present condition of the backlog of salaries. And besides, for some of us, the legal ones, the learned ones among us, in certain issues you might say that you join in this case, because both SSANU and ASU are joined in the same issue, the backlog of salary. So there's no way they will pay us backlog without paying ASU. It will still work against them. That's the truth. That is the truth. And that's it on backlog. There's this payment now that is going on. The federal government is paying medical workers. And the National Administrative Council NAC are working assiduously to make sure that that particular payment gets to the medical workers within the universities. They have done what they are supposed to do. They are at the stage of getting the directive or a memo from the National Income and Wages Commission to IPs for the payments to come. One other thing we discussed at NEC is for some of our members who have been sabotaging our struggle. Information got to NEC that in some universities, management arranged and gave award to staff members that succeeded in working for management while sabotaging the efforts of SSANU during the struggle. When we were on strike, we were aware that some of our members were coming, especially those we didn't permit to come. Some institutions, they arranged and gave them awards for sabotaging our struggle. Now, the National have made it clear that at branch level, peradventure, the branch executive grants any concession. That apart. But where there is no concession and anybody violates our strike regulations, we have been mandated to bring names. We have been mandated to generate the names of anybody who sabotages our strike. And it's now on black and white that whoever sabotages our strike, whenever any financial benefit comes, that person will never get it. This is a direct instruction. And I must tell you the truth. That is what ASU is doing here on campus. We are aware. ASU is doing it. It's their tradition here. Even when you're on suspension, you don't receive anything. Let alone when you sabotage their strike. When we monitor our own strike, we usually see them drive around. When they see you, they will not ask you anything, they just pick your name. When they receive anything, you will not get shishi. So the national body has agreed to adopt this measure to make sure that we curtail the level of sabotage we have been experiencing all through our strikes. There is a direct order on that. You elected us. We will not expose you, but we will not also allow the hammers of the national fall on us. Thank you on that. Also, NAC also established a fund for victims of the recent flood disasters. The National set aside 5 million naira to compensate our members who suffer one damage or the other as a result of the flood disaster. So if you're here, I know there is no flood disaster in Abia. So, great SSANU.
if you suffer, if you have suffered any damage, if you have suffered any damage, please come up with evidence to claim whatever the national have for you. Thank you. There is also, NEC also informed NEC that we have succeeded in developing the National Secretariat, which is under use now. Beside the National Secretariat, NAC also acquired a portion of land around there. ZEC gave NAC the permission to sell the old secretariat in order to raise funds to develop the one we have very close, just sharing boundary, demarcated with a fence, to develop that particular plot. And NEC took the decision that no member of NAC will be eligible to purchase that particular plot. It's a plot we have at Angle 90, somewhere in Abuja. If you have the cash backing to purchase the plot, you can get to the ESCOs. They will direct you to who you will meet. No, we are just giving information. From now to the next 2 weeks, the valuer will finish his job there. Then we know exactly the value of the property. Thank you. That's the report we have from NEC. Secretary, do you have anything to add?
The endowment fund.
Okay. Also, sometime early last month, SSANU lost one of the MVPs, the National Vice President of Northwest, Comrade Yunusa from Bayero University, Kano. ZAC National also established an endowment fund for the family in order to make sure that the family continues to live. And NEC were mandated to make donations to that particular endowment fund. There and there, many institutions donated, which by God's grace, as a branch, we will still donate. Thank you. That's the report we have from NEC. Item number 2, review of promotion exams.
Can't you take reactions from your report? Or is it information or report? Report from the meeting you attended.
Reactions.
Or
Reactions.
if you are giving information, no problem.
Let's have 1 or 2 reactions. Let's have just 1 or 2 reactions.
Sorry.
On the strike issue, allowing a lacuna in the conditions of service, constitution is do we call it a deliberate action or an omission? Because if you do that, now that will give widespread opportunities for you to take any decision that you like at any time. Like here too, this was reviewed, and that lacuna still remains. That strike action will be embarked on, on the procedures and the terms. But how to come back, actually not stated. So that still exists. Should we embark on any strike in future, then the coming back or resumption can still be treated anyhow. But I know that actually, is not a good one for us. So, for this to be amended, that will still take time. And again, too, sorry, let me just observe. You tell them the appendix here, I think they're supposed to be the attachment. Certificate of registration, list of branches, oath of office, oath of allegiance, certificate of return. They are stated here, but the documents are not here. Thank you very much. And again, the endowment raised on behalf of the deceased, is it part of our constitution? Or should it, be treated as a precedent? Should it be treated as a precedent? Or should it be treated as maybe somebody, just Amari who they can, like people used to say? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your observations are noted.
Thank you very much. I remain Mr. Japhet Odo. Besa, you made an emphasis on the backlog salary arrears on issue of ASU. The fact that, for the fact that ASU took them to court, that the backlog will not be paid. With the SANU, as a union, I felt that our own should be considered. I'm not looking at ASU that whatever the decision they took with ASU that should have affected others. For the fact that we resumed back, we take one decision not along with ASU. So the issue should be considered, and we don't know how effort we will have made in issue of this backlog. Because if going by this way, it means that the strike that went has no meaning. We achieve nothing. For 4 months, nothing was being achieved. So many persons died. So many persons even got bankrupt. So please, something should be done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me speak a little on that. Please, the backlog of salaries can never be forfeited. For some of the old staff we have here, like Comrade Dr. Our last speaker, we can confirm that several times we have embarked on strike, and there haven't been any time you suspend the strike and receive your salaries immediately. It takes a little time, maybe one month, sometimes 2 months, until all of them are free. The national knows this, and we are aware of it. We are not saying that we are forfeiting the salaries, and it cannot be forfeited. But what we are saying here is that because of this particular legal tussle, that is only where we are joined with ASU. The federal government cannot pay us backlog of salaries when there is an issue ongoing in the court on backlog of salaries. Great SANU, greatest SANU. This is the only thing I can say on it for now. Thank you very much. Our salaries must come. Agenda number 2, review of promotion exams. Great SANU, greatest SANU. I want to thank us for
obeying the directives of Jack after we decided to resign on our earlier decision to take the promotion exams. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you especially the way we conducted ourselves on that exam.
Okay, my name is Comrade Moses Ahoekwe. I am the Vice Chairman of SSANU, Michael Okra University of Agriculture, Modike. I want to use this opportunity to encourage our members to subscribe to these programs and packages we are having now. It is designed to bring what we are doing to the grassroots. Even when you are not here on campus, wherever you are, if you subscribe, you'll be updated with what we are doing here. So I encourage every member of SSANU, Michael Okra University of Agriculture, and other people, even outside, that loves to know what is happening here, to subscribe to this television, Michael Okra University of Agriculture, SSANU television. It is worth doing. We will not remain on the same point where we have been. We have to move forward. The world today is going digital. So most of what we are doing, we want them to be digitalized. So we encourage, there will be a time that our meeting will no longer be this way. We will be doing, what do you people call it in your, this thing, my interview?
Online meetings.
We will be doing online Zoom meetings. So if you subscribe now, when that time comes, you will not find it difficult to queue in. So I encourage all of you, God bless all of us as we move forward.
Thank you, sir.
Alota, I continue.
And the courses. Before I want to make an analysis of the welfare we received when I assumed office as the financial secretary during the last regime. Between 7th of June 2017 and 15th of March 2022, SSANU received 448,500 on 30th May 2019 as welfare deduction. On 23rd September 2019, SSANU also received 468,000 naira as welfare deduction. On 25th November 2019, SSANU received 439,500 as welfare deduction. Cumulatively, between the 7th of June 2017 and 15th of March 2022, SSANU received 1,356,000 naira only as welfare deduction. Now, the payments so far made from 7th of June 2017, I analyzed them in years. From 7th of June 2017 to December 2017, 10,000 naira was paid. For 2018, 1,025,000 naira was paid as welfare. 2019, 4,101,500 naira was paid. 2020, 3,856,100 naira was paid.
2021, 4,275,550 naira was paid. From January till March 15th, 2022, 659,300 naira was paid. A total of 13,927,450 naira was paid between 7th of June 2017 till 15th of March 2022. 13,927,450 naira. And there are several other outstanding to be paid. Why I want to make this analysis is for some of us who are accountants, administrators, to have an insight on what we're saying. We received a total sum of 1,356,000 naira between 7th of June 2017 and 15th of March 2022, and we paid 13,927,450 naira between that same period. Now, the old welfare bylaw says we deduct welfare. But because of the fact that GIFMI scheme, all the little deductions we got was when GIFMIs. We are using GIFMIs to pay us. When IPs came, there was nothing. Even when we are collecting with GIFMIs, the time came when the hazard allowance stopped, the overtime stopped, and one other thing happened that time. The ESCO deemed it fit to suspend the check-off of welfare. However, the ESCO of SSANU have been doing their best with the little check-off they have been receiving to make these payments. This particular account, as a professional, should be different from the check-off. But SSANU have been managing the two of them together. I will also want to inform us that when the ESCO decided to stop the deduction of welfare, our numbers were not like this. And from my own personal investigation, all of us accuse the past administration of not doing well, or having not done well. I was part of it for sure, part of the administration. That ESCO did well in their own to make sure that things are moving. But for us now to have a step further and faster, for us not also to be seen as never doing well, we need to improve. And we have to tell ourselves the truth. And the simple truth is this little analysis I've given us here. I was so interested in the little comments that were made when we posted this reviewed bylaw on our platform. A lot of things were said. People said a lot of things. People picked quarrels, you know. In as much as I know that everybody has his or her own right to express, to self-expression, but also there should be decorum. You should apply decorum. What I want us to know today, what I want to give us as an information is that SSANU cannot continue to pay welfare packages for the little check-off we are receiving, because we want to make a difference. Because the economic realities are not telling us the truth. Please don't leave. And you go back. Don't leave. When the last time we deducted was when anyway, it's what we are still applying now. The 10,000 naira we give somebody when we attend an occasion for you, especially the burials and the wedding. Please, I like taking us, giving us memories. I want to give us history of the reason why we should adjust from what we have been doing. That is what I'm saying. The secretary has said it all, that they have that they have moved, they have increased the payments, the welfare packages, that they have increased it to 1,000, Abi. But you didn't tell us whether it's monthly or annually or quarterly or bi-weekly. Monthly, 1,000 monthly. Great SSANU. Great SSANU. Great SSANU. The secretary to that committee has just told us that this is what they proposed. This is what they proposed. Okay, you are not the secretary. Remember, this is what the committee proposed. And the committee is not imposing this on us. I will never be part of any imposition on this. All of us are here. All of us will take the decision on what exactly we want to do, how we want to manage it. But as for me and as for the committee, they are saying that 10,000 naira is no longer worthy for a member that have such programs like he mentioned. That we are moving it to 20,000 naira. Abi? There have been improvements in all of them. Dedication from 5,000 to 10,000. Burials and weddings from 10,000 naira to 20,000 naira. Other programs have been included, which were not there ab initio. All these things are formed. Most of the times we look at the post. We don't consider the logistics. The logistics is where we spend the real money. So please, I want us to discuss this. I want us to discuss this. However you want us to do it, we are here to take the decision now. One, are we accepting the 1,000 naira? Because initially, wait now, please. Are we accepting the 1,000 naira per month? Are we accepting the 1,000 naira quarterly? Are we accepting the 1,000 naira by weekly or annually? Which one? If you are collecting 1,000 naira, you cannot. It means you are stopping it.
What I'm trying to say here is this. If it is 500 naira every month for me,
Thank you very much, ma'am. Our comrade is suggesting 500 naira monthly. Abi? This is our own suggestion. Please give your own. This is our own suggestion. Please give your own.
I want to first of all put you to the branch to the SSANU. Do we have a budget? If you have a budget, you're a professional accountant, sir. I would suggest, sir, if you have a budget for the year, on our check-up due, certain percent can be allocated for welfare, and all other expenses can also be taken care. If we have 10,000 naira, if 3,000 is for welfare, all of that expenses can also be taken care of. So let's look at our budget, let's look at our priority, and let's look at the percentage. Then from our check-up dues, we can now see that certain percent of each check-up dues of every month goes to welfare, goes to meetings, goes to this and that. So at the end of the day, there's no need for extra. There's no need for extra contribution.
Thank you very much, Comrade Anna. Let me give you a little insight. You're talking about budget. There's no way. Had it been our welfare package, it's only to have a get-together every Christmas to close for the year. There should be an outstanding budget. But there is no way we have a budget where we cannot determine the number of staff members we will lose that year. There will be no budget. And even if we have a budget, it will never be effective because we don't know the number of our members are going to give birth, the number of our members that will lose their spouse, their parents. So let's remove budget from there. The only thing I understand from what you say now is that let there be a portion, a percentage of the check-off that will be kept aside for welfare. I will also want to inform you that the check-off you are talking about, the ESCO only manages 50% of it. For some of us in Bosre, Perol, who is Perol here? If I'm lying, you can put me through. We only receive 50% of whatever we get. If we get 50,000 from check-off, SSANU of this branch is receiving only 25,000 naira. That is how we structure. Okay, let me show you, let me get you that in our constitution. If you're in doubt, let me give you that in our constitution. So, peradventure, you are looking at our check-off. I must be frank with you, our check-off cannot even be enough for us to achieve what we want to achieve. And for me, I'm not of the opinion that we stop welfare. I am of the opinion that we make a little improvement on what we have been doing. Then how do we do that? And we cannot do it from check-off. The check-off is managed. The check-off is managed by the National Constitution. While the welfare we are talking about is managed by this Constitution, we made for ourselves here. It is unfortunate that the past administration collapsed the whole thing together. There should be a separate welfare account where we deal with welfare issues. And also the committee has suggested that there should be a committee, a standing committee that will be taking care of our welfare. And I believe that and I accept that. So please, it's left for us. Let's take the decision. I will not take it for us.
Whatever we decide, if we say let's close up, let's pack up welfare, good. But if we say let us improve on it, I don't see the reason why. I don't see the reason. It's not germane at all that we use 70,000 naira to rent a bus, a coastal bus, attend the burial, and when we get there, we give somebody 10,000 naira. It doesn't worth it at all. It doesn't worth it. It will not come from my own pocket alone. You will eat, you will drink. You serve members. It doesn't worth it. There is every need for improvement. And that improvement, we have to make it. We have to make it. Please, let's continue with the suggestions. Please, let's continue with the suggestions. Go, PRO.
Chairman, please, before I make any suggestion on this, I want a clarification. Order! Please.
Silent, please. Somebody is speaking.
Please, I need a clarification. You said that the passage will collapse everything together. Does it imply that what we are paying as that's deduction from that salary also includes this welfare?
No. The last time welfare was deducted was 25th of November 2019.
Okay. Now, let me proceed. If not, I strongly believe that we can help ourselves, plus or minus. Too much taxation discourages people. Now, for example, let me use myself as an example. The deduction being made from my salary monthly as a SSANU member is above 3,000 naira. Now, still compelling me to pay extra money, I think the taxation stands to be high. But in every case, since what we are talking here is about our welfare, which is one of the paramount, I will suggest that let's look at it this way. If we can take this, maybe let's say 2,000 naira annually. The first 6 months, 1,000. That is 500. What is it? Quarter is 4.
Let me help you, please. What is operational? What was operational as 25th of November 2019 remains 500 naira quarterly. 500 naira quarterly. That's what's operational. Now, that is 2,000 naira every year.
Okay.
2,000 naira every year. When you multiply it by the number of staff we have, let's say 1,000. How much do you think it will give you? And within that period also, 30.something million was spent. These are the little ones we could have been able to capture. 30.something million was spent on welfare. How do we manage that? So please let me help us. Let me help us. Somebody, sorry.
Please, I know you may have a high projection for this, for us. But let us be realistic. Seeing what is happening around, seeing how the economy is also biting. Seeing how the economy is also biting. In fact, let me rest my case by saying, let us maintain that for now. If the passage codes can be able to fund this and maintain it even without the 500 naira being deducted, now what is our decision? To ensure that this 500 naira is being deducted as supposed to. so that it will not be coming only from the take-up dues, now be carried with the welfare days. I think we can go a lot. I rest my case. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Great Sadu. I am Olalade Taiwo. I want to appreciate every comment. What I have to say is this: there are unnecessary things that we are just imposing on ourselves. They are not necessary. There are some things we cannot help, and there are some we can help. Like the death of spouse, death of individual, all this they come by nature. Yes. Nobody can help it. But all this imposition on you obtain PhD, you are being appointed as taking your church, you are this, you are that. They are unnecessary things that we shouldn't be talking about. You build your house for your own comfort. It is not necessary that you do housework. So if every one of us here, you build, I build. So are we coming together to this unnecessary imposition that is telling on our little salary? Honestly, Grace Sanu, honestly, I feel for us. We that we are working in the East here, honestly, I feel for us. Because things are so expensive in this part of the world. If you see our colleagues in Futa, if you see their achievement, you will ask yourself whether you are working in the same university. Honestly, SANU programs, SANU cooperative, SANU this, SANU that. If you see what guys are achieving, if you want to buy a vehicle, you go to SANU cooperative that want to do this. They will monitor it. They make sure they give you the best. They will tell you this is amount we are giving you, and the vehicle you want to purchase is also amount. They will monitor it. They will buy it for you, and they will give you the best. They will give you your remaining balance. If you want to build, they give you the best option. These are the things we should be talking about. Not I obtain PhD. I want to collect 20,000. No. Please let us try to curtail all these things.
Tell us. Give it.
Grace Sadu, I'm Comrade Montimogo. What he's trying to say, to add to what he's saying, he's trying to say is for us to let us vet all the welfare packages. Let's vet it and reduce everything. Let's vet it. Let's review it well. Not that somebody wants to get PhD or somebody wants to. Let's vet it. Please.
Comrade, sorry. We are here to discuss this report. We are not quarreling. We are not quarreling. Sorry. If your opinion is that we delete those ones that are not necessary, this is the Congress. The Congress has every power to say we don't want it through our votes. Then we will expunge it from that place. We are not bringing them. We will bring it. We are here to make the necessary amendments and discussions. Thank you, sir.
Please, another thing I suggest we go home and digest this. Once we are talking about financial issue, taking things from salary, we need to go home and digest it so that when we come back, we do the decision. It's not the decision we blame the issue. We say yes, we took the decision. Most of us were exhausted here since the time we begin this meeting. Let's go home and digest it and vet accordingly.
Thank you, sir.
Great Sanu. Sanu, great. Mr. Chairman, sir, let me help you.
After spending more than 4 hours or spent 5 hours before the papers came, we beared with management. Managed our tempers very well. I appreciate you on that. The exams has come and gone. We are waiting for
our promotion letters, which I believe will come soonest. Thank God our council has visited. Probably they were not opportune to discuss the promotion exams. Probably AMPC is still waiting. But what I want to tell you is that from now to December, all these things will be true and we'll start laughing again. Thank you very much. And also we believe that the result of that exam will be very, very successful. To be very, very successful, because I know my members are very smart members. My members are very intelligent members. And my members are well-to-do members. Irrespective of wherever that exam would have been held, we will also come out in flying colors. And I'm very much sure, I believe, and I trust in myself, I trust in my members, that they did well, and everybody must succeed. I don't know if there's any comment on this. Should there be any comment on this? Should there be any comment on this? Okay, let's
Sorry, please, I'm not talking too much. I want to sincerely appreciate the leadership of SSANU for the decision they took to allow those that are concerned to write exams to do that. We all know that, as the saying goes, where two elephants fight is the grass that suffers. But their decision to allow our members, those that are concerned, write the exams, has gone a long way to show that they bear the interest of the members, those that elected them, at heart. So I want to thank the leadership. And also, as my own constituency, remind you that the 2021-22 appraisal funds are on. Please, whatever you have to do, respond immediately. Respond immediately. If you are a departmental officer, where you are, you can encourage the college officer, your head, to be fast, so that we'll comply with the dates stated, so that there will not be problems again. So if you have not filled your appraisal forms, do that. And the secretaries know what you are ought to do and do them, so that you'll be able, you'll be able to turn in the responses as expected and on time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think you have said it all.
Great SSANU.
Great.
I'm Mrs. Chiwoyenegecha. My advice is for future. Because this past examination was poorly handled. They bundled everything together. The people waited, according to our chairman, they waited patiently. The papers were not coming. And when the papers came, some were missed off. This level for the other level. So it wasn't palatable. So my advice is that we have different professions here. When that time reach, they should bring them together. The officers in that profession to handle it, so that everything will go smoothly. And this past one, it wasn't easy, and they didn't handle it well. So that's my own suggestion.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think I said it all when I said that management, we are not ready for the exams. I think we are not here, or we won't be washing our dirty linens here. Management have learned their lessons, and our senior comrade said that so that it wouldn't happen again. And someone believe in that particular phrase, that last phrase, so that it wouldn't happen again. Thank you very much. Let's get to another item on our agenda. Observation or comment?
My name is Wako Evening. You have said something, you have talked about the past promotional exam, but you have not said something concerning the 2021-2022 examination. So we need the assurance for us to know if the exam goes or not.
Thank you, ma'am. I think I said something on that. But let me still reassure us. Let me still reassure us that the 2021-2022 must come this month. The 2021-2022 promotional exam most likely will be written this month. So also prepare. We are working together with the management to make sure that we ease off and delete all these areas of promotions. Thank you. Let's get to another. Please permit me to stagger the series of this agenda. I want to take the report. I want to skip 3I because it has been treated at the report from NEC. Then also I want to skip welfare of deserving members for now and report on the National Housing Fund. Permitted? I said, permit me to skip welfare to deserving members and report on National Housing Fund. Thank you, sir. You know, for some of us, apart from the old staff we have here who are records with the National Housing Fund, on series of occasions we have received members of the National Housing Fund coming to address us, appealing to us to open accounts with them. But fortunately or unfortunately, we never did that. But by February 2020, when IPEACE came, IPEACE forced everybody to National Housing Fund. I wouldn't be here to say the benefits or the disadvantages. I know they are there, and many members from our institution here have benefited from National Housing Fund. In other institutions, if you go to the north, the west, a lot of staff are living in their own houses through the National Housing Fund. I even felt that we never did well for ourselves for not embracing the National Housing Fund ab initio. But since IPEACE took over our payments, we are being deducted National Housing Fund every month. And that particular account have been hanging. Whatever is being deducted from us is not being credited to our account. However, sometime in 2020 or 2021, we filled a certain form. We filled a certain form where we presented our data. And since that time, We have not heard anything from National Housing Fund or the mortgage bank here. When I came on board, I engaged the then registrar, Comrade Mrs. Ogo. I engaged her to brief me on the status of our National Housing Fund. She did her best, but personally, I wasn't satisfied. I decided to hit their own office. I went there the first day, the second day, the third day, I was able to meet the person that attended to me. Though not satisfied too, I went there yesterday again. I told them that sometime we fill the form, that I need to see that form to be sure that management is not deceiving me. I need to see the forms we fill to be sure that management is not deceiving me, because management told me that they have dropped these forms with you. After several minutes of argument, I insisted. I went to the archives and get the forms in heaps. I saw them. They were separated. Some have been treated. Some have not been treated. Then I queried further. Why haven't these ones been treated? They enumerated their problems. One, that most of us, the BVN we filled were not correct. That most of us, the account numbers we filled were not also correct. That most of us use Mayfair, a microfinance bank. But they don't use microfinance bank. Then I asked, when you notice all these inefficiencies in these forms, why didn't you report back to us? They say one thing that I don't understand. I said, okay, from what I'm seeing here, some of the forms have a passbook attached to them. Why are these other ones not having passbook? They say they don't have passbook too. Passbook one. Anyway, at the end of the whole thing, I gave them an ultimatum that by Tuesday next week, if they don't report officially to SANU, I'm not talking about management. If they don't report officially to SANU, Michael Local University of Agriculture, who peradventure have more than 1,000 members, they will see the best of us. So that is it. When I gave them the ultimatum, they only hurriedly pleaded with me to please arrange a time that they will come to address my members. I agreed with them. I also told them that whether I'm arranging or not, that I need an official statement from your office to SANU Michael Local University of Agriculture Medicaid, or you get the best of us. That's the report. So by the time they come, if you have any question, you can throw to them and not to me. But what I'm promising you is that we're in November, by the end of December, all of us will be actively involved in National Housing Fund. Especially now that pensions has given a window that one can access 25% of whatever you have. I know one of the reasons why we are finding it difficult getting plots and houses of our own is because through this means, we find it difficult to pay the down payment or the initial payment. And I believe that if we assess the 25%, get to them as a mortgage institution, they will definitely advise us how best we can invest the 25% in order to acquire a nest of our own. Thank you very much. That's that. The answer, I'm not going to do here, get them there, give me the mic.
Information. I just want to give out some information.
Okay.
Actually, I think starting from, let me say, 3 or 4 months ago, there are some texts being given out by National Housing Fund, of which I was one of them. So with a code. So I want to give out the code for everybody to check. That's *219#. *219#. If you check it, you will see where you have, I think, 3 of it, which stated, retrieve your National Housing Fund account. So with that, you can know your National Housing Fund account. Yes. So with that, you can know your National Housing Fund account. Then, when they come now, because there is no other further information on what to do. Like some of us that I gave her the number, like my wife, she has gotten her own National Housing Fund account. Why my own is not there? So maybe I'm one of those people who they have not treated their blessing. So I don't know where to continue from when you get the account. If you are submitting it to payroll or if you are taking it to IPs for further funding or whatever. So like you said, when they come. But that's the information I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the information. Thank you very much, sir. That's the disparity and the irregularities. You that they send a code, you didn't find your own. Then the one that did not receive got her own. That's it. Thank you very much for the information. It's noted. While we are still waiting for them to come and address us. Let's take agenda number 3II. Welfare to deserving members. Great SSANU. Great SSANU. Let's recall that sometime this year, in one of our meetings, the Welfare Review Committee presented their report. And the ESCO did well to post that report on a platform for us to be able to peruse it while waiting for a day of discussion like this, so that our voices can be heard. Before we continue with that, I want to make an analysis. I want to give this analysis on welfare. I don't know if we have gone through that, the reviewed welfare that was posted that time. If you have gone through the reviewed welfare, you can see we should have observed that there were amendments. There are amendments there. Is he here? I know you are part of that committee. No. Who else is part of that committee? Check. Charles just left. Okay. You are part of that committee. Would you please relate to us the exact places the committee treated as it concerns our welfare, especially the improvements we made?
Great SSANU. I was a member of the review the bylaw, welfare bylaw. We went through all the aspects, but for the benefit of time, I'll mention some areas which we made some corrections. One, on the social activities defined. The social activities include the following ceremonies: marriages. Most times you notice that it's only those members who want to marry that get the benefits. So we now included if your child is also wedding, so you also get a benefit. Then housewarming. If you're also doing
Great SSANU, please, what we are discussing now is very important. It's our welfare. I don't think it's time for us to start strolling out. Please. This is a report that has been hanging. My ESCO inherited this report, and we want to deal with it. It's for our own benefits. Please avail us some minutes to do it so that we can round off. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Also, we noticed that most members, especially those who are pioneer members, no longer partake either in child dedication or the marriages. So we included also celebration of anniversary, silver, golden, and the rest. So if you're celebrating your silver jubilee or your golden jubilee, you'll also be able to get a welfare package from us. That also, if you're doing conferment of titles, it's no longer just traditional titles. If you're doing an academic conferment, for instance, you're getting your PhD, you get this. If you're being made a deacon, a knight, you're being made a bishop, a reverend, unreligious. So conferment of titles now covers academic, traditional, and religious. That's the thing. Then, for the financial aspect, let me mention on retirement benefits. 20 years and above, we improved it to 150,000. It was 80,000, I think. 15 years to 19 years, we made it 100,000. 5 years to 9 years, we made it 80,000. 5 years to 9 years, we made it 50,000. 2 years to 4 years, we now made it 20,000. Just for those who might be volunteering to retire within 2 to 5 years, you get 20. Crossing over from SSANU to other union. If you're crossing over from SSANU to ASU or NAT, if you spend 15 years and above with SSANU, you get 20,000. If you spend 10 years to 14 years with SSANU, you get 10,000. If you spend 5 years to 9 years, you get 5,000. Now, for this to be possible, we propose 1,000 naira as the deductions. It was 500 naira before. Now, we're asking that also on the benefit for death of a member, we improve the financial pulse to 100,000. I think we doubled it. It used to be 50,000. Death of a member's parent used to be 10,000. We doubled it to 20. Now, for death of a member's spouse, though we don't pray for that, we made it 50,000. Biological or legally adopted child, or it used to be 5,000, we made it 10,000. If you're doing wedding ceremonies, it used to be 10, I think. We made it 15. Other social activities, like I mentioned, traditional conferment of titles and all that, we will now make it 10,000 instead of 15,000. For those who have or who may be, which we don't pray for, accident and hospitalization, we made it 15,000. I think it used to be around 10 or 5,000. So those are the aspects I just want to mention for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Central Committee member. The chairman is not here, but you are represented very well. Let me bring to our notice that this is the one we are reviewing. It was here when I think I met it. It was reviewed last 2012. This is what SSANU have been using to administer their welfare to our members. However, the Congress on one of its cities placed on record that having experienced the economic realities that this particular welfare bylaw should be reviewed. And the committee have done their best to give us what we have here now. It was presented in one of our last meetings, and we are here today to discuss it. The Secretary has run down the major areas that is.
I am Comrade Agupu Louis, the SSANU Secretary, MOUAU. I'm encouraging all members of SSANU and even non-members to view the proceedings of SSANU Congress held today, 2nd November 2022, so that you can know the issues, and if there are any inquiries to be made, you can send same to the Secretariat or to me personally, and we'll attend to it in no time. Thank you very much. You can also please try and subscribe to this channel. Please click on the notification button so that subsequent proceeding that will send, you also get notified. Thank you.
I want to appreciate everybody's view and our reactions. You know, when it turns to be a money matter, you doesn't handle it anyhow. But please, there are fundamental things we should know. I am a member of this executive today because of your vote. And I still believe after serving you, alongside with my members, other people will still come on board. I will not support a situation where we change good things that have been on board before we come on board. There is welfare constitution here before we came on board. 500 naira quarterly. They have been implementing that deduction until the arrival of IPs, which distorted every third-party deduction. That is where the problem started. And actually, that is one area where the old executive did marvelously well, spending 13 million naira against 1.something million that they received. You know, there is a way union works. And for those of us that are accountants, you don't use what belongs to Mr. Charles and give to Ms. Ada and say you are doing it you want to do it fine. No, you must do it the way it's supposed to be. Please, check off dues. SSANU has constitution. SSANU has a way of its operation. We don't operate in isolation from the national. But it is biting us hard. Yes, everybody knows. I want to suggest somebody that has said, if you are a bagging PhD, if you are getting chieftaincy, it is creating a rule for people that are out of the bracket of giving birth. If you have been deducted 500 naira quarterly, and you are not benefiting anything, because if you are thinking of your own self, think of another person. I believe, hello, please let me land. Please just let me land. So I want us to review the welfare committee has just increased the basket by 50% from 5,000 to 10,000 naira, from 10,000 to 20,000 naira. I am looking at it. I'm supporting seriously that there will be a welfare committee that will be independent of the executive. If they handle this welfare fund, maybe after a period of say 1 year, they will come and give account how much has been collected for 1 year, what do they spend. We'll be able to do some adjustment. Maybe at the end of 1 year, they will give us account that this is what is collected from welfare dues. If they collect 5 million and they end up spending 2 million, we will say, okay, this amount we are deducting is okay. We are the people that are suggesting we can still do amendment. And somebody that is talking of FUTA, I want to tell you as a good leader, we want to be very researchable. We are consulting and making research to know why are those branches doing well. We want to do well. People here know and we can only do well if we explain things that are very factual and we reason alongside. So I am of opinion, let's try, I'm taking my own personal opinion. I'm of opinion, if you stand up, say your suggestion. If you want us to continue with the welfare constitution, which we are not part of, we continue with 500 naira quarterly and continue with the existing packages. That is the order. But in a situation where we now say maybe 500 naira per month, we can carry on with these proposed packages. Let's give it a trial for 1 month, for 1 year. After 1 year now, and before the implementation, we have to constitute welfare committee that will be starting with the responsibility of handling that money. We will hold them accountable. They will give us account. We will be able to do checks and balances. So please, that's my own submission. Thank you.
But I also want to bring to your notice that when the other executives were deducting the 500 naira quarterly, the take-off dues then was 1%. But now we are paying 2% of take-off dues. So I think whatever we are doing, that 2% should be incorporated into that 2% take-off dues. Because going by personally, every month I pay about 4,000 naira take-off dues. And I know, according to my level, I also know that there are some who are maybe in higher level that are paying up to 7,000 naira take-off dues. Let's assume that we have about 100 of us or that are in the same level with me. Calculate it, 4,000 naira times 100, you know what it will give you. There are those on higher level that are paying about 7,000 naira. So if we plan ourselves well, knowing the situation of things, there is no increment in salary. We are all, everything is just on hope. We are hoping and desiring that something good will come. So I think we should make do with the 2% take-off due. It will be enough for whatever we want. Thank you.
Great SSANU. Greatest SSANU. Sorry, I don't know where you are getting the 2% take-off dues from. Huh? The 2% take-off dues. From where?
When I started deducting 2% and it was around that amount. So it's 2%.
2% from where to where?
I know it's about 2%. I know. I may not know. I don't know if it's more than 2%, but I have calculated from what is being deducted from my salary when the salary was paid in the university, and when I started, I think that it's more than double of what I was paying.
right, but she is wrong. Why is she wrong? She's mentioning a percentage that is wrong, and I won't want to be here to capture. Hold on. Yes, she is doing. Where she is right is that yes, her checkup dues has increased and double, but the percentage is 1%. Hold on. The percentage is 1%. Let me give you information, and then you cannot decide. Let me give you information. The percentage is 1%. 1% on your basic before. Now 1% on your consolidated.
2.5 on your basic. Check up dues.
Great SSANU. Greatest SSANU. When earlier on I informed us, and when the treasurer was speaking, he also reiterated what I said earlier on. We have the constitution of SSANU, and we also have the bylaw. The constitution of SSANU says, please hang around, the entertainment is coming. Hang around, the entertainment is coming. The constitution of SSANU says, at your branch level, you can have your own welfare constitution, which is what I have here, and which is what we have constituted a committee that reviewed it, presented it, which is also what we are discussing. The constitution of SSANU is for check-up dues. The constitution of SSANU is not for welfare. When I mean that the past ESCO collapse them together, means they match them together. By right as an accountant, these should be two different entities of account. They should be separated. But the treasurer have rightly informed us, and I agree with him. The committee suggested that there should be a committee on welfare, and I believe that there must be a committee on welfare, where all the deductions like the 1.something million naira was received, and the 13 million naira spent from elsewhere. Please, I doubt if we can finish this discussion today. But I want us to take it home. But before that, let me inform you. Like Comrade Ola said, if you talk about FITA, if you talk about FUNAP, please you can make calls. Call them and ask them how much are they contributing monthly on welfare. Futo here is contributing 2,000 naira monthly. Uniben is doing 2,500 naira monthly. I don't think there is any university. In fact, the less I have seen is, I think it's any FUNA that is doing 1,000 naira monthly. So please, we are still the least, and we are still performing well. Why we want this review is because the economic realities are not telling us the truth, and there is need for us. However, before we suspend the discussion, let me also inform us that since March we took over, we have spent nothing less than 1.3 million. We have spent nothing less than 1.3 million on welfare. Are we listening? Since March, we have spent nothing less than 1.3 million on welfare. And that's because of the strike. We have a lot of burials we didn't attend. We have a lot of weddings we didn't attend. Have you been on campus and attended these burials and weddings? It will have been beyond that amount. By tomorrow, we'll be burying a coach. We have paid for a cost of 70,000 naira. And as a member, we are going to pay also 60,000 naira as is right. Don't look at the little distance. The logistics is where we spend this money. By December also, we'll be expecting to go home with a bag of rice and oil. Expenses from the 1.3 million naira we received as at 2019. So the die is cast. So please, by next meeting, we'll be taking a decision on this. By next meeting, we'll be taking a decision on this. Announcement. The burial of Comrade Edozie coach will be coming on tomorrow. We are encouraged to attend. The union will be making available a coaster bus here that will convey those available to and fro. Time is 8 o'clock. Also, the burial of Miss Agommo Kechinyere will be coming up on November 18th. Agommo Kechinyere will be coming up on 18th of this month. Also, the burial of the mother of our MVP, Comrade Ken Njoko, will be coming up on 10th of November this month also. Let me use this opportunity to announce that the burial apparel is still available at 2,500 naira. If you need it, you can go to room 306 and get it, and you meet the woman leader. The burial apparel is for 2,500 naira. Greatest Sanu. Still an announcement, please. Let's listen. Please, let's maintain table manners. For those of us who have not received minimum wage arrears, we are working on it. You must definitely get it. The minimum wage arrears belongs to you, and nobody will take it away from you. On our end allowance, please, we are still meeting. On aid allowance, the ESCO are working seriously to make sure that we get our aid allowance. And whatever we are doing, we can only inform you we are doing, we might not be opportune to inform you. But one thing is sure that we are doing well to make sure that we receive our end allowance. And one of the things we are doing currently different from what others have done is that we have prepared a form. We wrote the management to provide data for the union. But in one way or the other, they have not responded. PRO, please. You are dividing this house and I don't like it. When we didn't get any reply from management on the data we need of our members, we decided to design a form. Majorly what we needed is your date of resumption. I don't know if our senior brothers here thought we are looking at people's birthdays, date of birth. The form we designed, there's nowhere you see date of birth. We are looking for your day of assumption and other needed data from there. Why? Because we want to make sure we compute what everybody deserves rightly, unlike what we used to have. Because before, if you ask me, how much am I being owed? I don't know. But as for some of our members in some other unions, if you call them, they will say, I'm being owed 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. That is the place, that is the place we want to be. So with this fund, you give us your date of resumption. From your date of resumption, we will be able to compute how much is due to you. After the computations, we will give you the figures, you will have them. And from that particular date and month, you start computing it by yourself. So that at any point in time, you will say, this is how much I'm being owed on end allowance. So the form, we have concluded with the secondary school and primary school. The form will be coming into the main campus from next week. And chairman of the committee, sir, which date? From Monday, 12 o'clock, you go to the SSANU secretariat just behind you here. Somebody will be there to attend to you. Somebody will be there to attend to you. When you pick the form, you fill it and return it. From there, we'll get the necessary information we need. Okay, let me call for AOB. I think that's all we have on our agenda for now. AOB, please. AOB. PRO, where's the mic? AOB.
Great. Great, Sanu. Under AOB, I just want to commend the present leadership of SSANU. Honestly, I want to appreciate your sense of accountability and transparency. And I pray that we continue this way in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I really commend you. And I advise you to continue this way. God will help you.
Thank you very much. Any other AOB?
In the absence of every active,
AOB, are we done with AOB? Adjournment. Any seconder? Unanimously seconded. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for answering our phone call. And thank you very much. Please, closing prayer. Closing prayer. In Jesus' name.
name we pray. Amen. Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this gathering. The seven members of MOUAU. We bless our holy name for the no one like you. Father, exalted be the magnified in Jesus' name. Everything I will prevented as we come back for the next meeting. Let it be successful in Jesus' name. Lead us to ourselves, lead us to our various room in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
The second mate was unanimously taken.
My camp.